The Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers for Friday, March 13th, reveal that Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, will play mind games while Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, gets a granted wish. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, will also have a nasty argument. So let's discuss what's coming up on YNR. For starters, Kane will take steps to correct his mistakes and learn from them. We'll see Kane work to repair the damage with Lily Winters, Crystal Caliel, so she may surprise Kane with the news of her release. Kane will be relieved to know Lily, and the twins are no longer in danger. Of course, Lily might ultimately admit there was never any danger at all since she was aware of Victor's scheme. Perhaps Lily will acknowledge that she didn't know how else to get through to Kane after his drastic takeover move. Since Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, ultimately stole Newman Enterprises away from Kane, Lily may admit things got out of hand. Both Kane and Lily may be apologetic in the end, so they'll have to talk through all this and figure out where things stand between them. Lily, Maddie Ashby, last played by Lexi Stevenson, and Charlie Ashby, last played by Noah Alexander Jerry, were never real hostages, so Victor might approve their freedom in exchange for Chancellor. However, Victor may dig his heels in on wanting the whole Newman empire back in exchange for Jack's homecoming. Phyllis won't be quick to make that deal, so Jack will continue to contend with Patty drama on the yacht. Jack has already been trying to seduce Patty a bit and earn her trust. However, Patty will turn the tables with a trap of her own on Friday's episode, so Jack will get pulled into more trouble. Next, Nikki will finally have a chance to confront Victor over his decision to abduct Jack and hold him captive. Although Nikki will demand Jack's release and rant about how despicable this is, Victor will fire back at her and act like Jack deserves it. Besides, Victor will think a drastic move like this is warranted since their family legacy is in jeopardy. Nikki will disagree about Victor's strategy and may bring back her divorce threat if he doesn't surrender Jack immediately. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor and Nick have a fierce face-off on the way, so stay tuned. Connor Newman, Judah Mackey, the young son of Adam and Chelsea, has been through the ringer over the last year. His battle with OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, has been one of the most heartfelt and educational storylines on daytime television, as the show has meticulously depicted his struggles with intrusive thoughts and the need for specialized treatment. However, spoilers indicate that Connor's fragile stability is about to be shattered. The catalyst? The potential implosion of his parents' relationship. Adam is currently on a trajectory toward Vegas horror, a series of events that could change him fundamentally and draw him back to his more sinister impulses. By the time he returns to Genoa City, he may feel he is no longer the man Chelsea recommitted to, leading him to push his family away in a misguided attempt to protect them from himself. For a child with OCD, structure, stability, and the security of a united family are crucial for managing symptoms. If Adam and Chelsea's relationship crumbles, it would rip the rug out from under Connor. Spoilers suggest this could cause Connor to spin out in ways that cause harm, potentially forcing him back into intensive treatment. This would be a medical emergency of a different kind, a psychological crisis. We could see Connor engage in dangerous compulsive behaviors, perhaps harming himself or finding himself in a perilous situation because his anxiety has reached a fever pitch. Imagine the terror of Chelsea finding Connor in distress, unable to calm him down, and realizing that the progress they've made as a family has been undone by adult drama. Such a crisis would force Adam to reevaluate everything. It would be the ultimate test of his character. Would he sink further into his darkness, believing he truly is poison to his son? Or would witnessing his child in acute medical distress, a mental health emergency requiring immediate hospitalization, snap him back to reality? It would also put Chelsea in an impossible position, forcing her to decide whether to fight for Adam or to cut him loose to protect her son's mental health at all costs. The Young and the Restless has proven it can handle these sensitive topics with grace, and a Connor-centric crisis could be the most emotional and impactful storyline of the year. The Ghosts of Medical Crises Past. It's worth noting that medical emergencies are a tried-and-true staple of the soap opera genre, and Genoa City has seen its fair share of hospital bed vigils. While these new threats loom, The history of the show reminds us that health scares often serve as a crucible for character development. Recently, fans witnessed the return of Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, after her battle with dissociative identity disorder. While she was treated in Paris and returned in time for her daughter Abby's wedding, recent spoilers hint that her troubles aren't entirely over. Nightmares about Paris suggest that while she may be physically healthy, the psychological scars remain, proving that a crisis of the mind can linger long after the immediate danger has passed. Similarly, the ever-present threat of Victor Newman's health is a constant undercurrent. Given his age and the relentless stress of his wars with Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, many fans have speculated that Victor could be headed for a major health event like a stroke or heart attack. In the past, Victor has faced leaked medical reports and exaggerated illnesses, but the concern remains that the mustache is not invincible. If Victor were to collapse, it would throw the entire Newman empire into chaos, leaving his children to fight over the scraps before he's even cold. There have also been recent incidents involving Nick that foreshadow the current danger. In previous storylines, Nick has suffered severe injuries, such as a storage room incident where he lost blood rapidly and had to be saved by quick-thinking allies. And who could forget the terror of Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, being in a coma after a mysterious hit-and-run, leaving Sharon and Nick desperate for answers. These past events serve as a reminder that in Genoa City, danger is never more than a moment away. Conclusion. As the young and the restless barrels toward its next round of shocking reveals, the stage is set for a trifecta of terrifying medical emergencies. Nick Newman's dance with fentanyl threatens to deliver a powerful cautionary tale with potentially fatal results. Matt Clark's inevitable clash with the Newman brothers could leave him mortally wounded, forcing Adam to confront his darkest impulses once more. And young Connor Newman stands on the precipice of a psychological breakdown, his fragile mental health threatened by the very real possibility of his family shattering. These three crises, a drug overdose, a violent death, and a mental health collapse, promise to deliver the intense drama that YNR fans crave. They will test the bonds of family, the strength of recovery, and the resilience of the human spirit. Whether these characters land in the ICU or the morgue, one thing is certain. Life in Genoa City is about to get a lot more complicated, and the doctors at Genoa City Memorial should keep the paddles charged. The crisis mode is just beginning.